Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. In today's episode, I don't know if you guys can tell just by the sound of my voice, but I got a smile on my face, guys. Yeah, overall, there's at times where I can easily offend people just by my words. Like, I never realized how good I am at offending people, but man, oh my, this has been something. I learned this ability when I was young. Like, I remember I offended teachers, I've offended students, just like kids I went to school with. I made it sound like students, like I go to a random school and I just start insulting students and stuff. Like, let me correct myself. Kids that I went to school with. But anyways, jokes aside, I'm telling you, like, I can get underneath people's skin, bro. And I'm like, man, that's something where I'm like, if I ever wanted to have a career in wrestling, I think I have to be somebody like Paul Heyman. Like, I do want to live out like a wrestling dream. Like, I do want to do wrestling matches, but if I'm not cut out for that, yeah, sure, I'll be I feel like I will be the greatest black Paul Heyman of all time. Like, I would say some things that will cause a wrestler, he can be like, nah, that individual ain't gonna be my opponent at WrestleMania. You gonna be my opponent. And I'm like, dang, bro, like, I didn't realize I made you that upset. But anyways, and it's just, the thing is this, the stuff that I say, I don't aim to make people upset. I guess, like, on this particular subject, I wasn't aiming to make people upset. I just was overall talking on my frustrations with the video game. And that's something that I will say, nowadays people get easily offended if you talk badly about a video game. Oh, you cannot say bad things about a video game nowadays. Like, no, you have to talk good about a video game. And the crazy thing about it is, let somebody talk about a good video game in a negative way. People don't even bat an eye at it. They just ignore it, go on about their business. But a game where it could be one of two situations where let's just say it's popular amongst the community, like the people that play that game, they're gonna be the only ones defending it, or a video game where it's like, it just overall kind of has like mixed attention and stuff. Like, it's not real. Well, I guess that would fall in the same category as like, people only within that community, I guess, that are supporters of the game. Then yeah, they're gonna be the only ones that's supporting it. And I don't know, like, maybe they think because the developers may see it and then they gonna be all buddy with the developers and they gonna get free things within the video game. I really don't know. But at the end of the day, if I have my ill feelings towards a video game, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to talk around it, beat around the bush, whatever you want to call it. I am going to be as blunt as I possibly can be, and I am going to state the obvious issues that I have with that game, all right? So there's been lots of video games that I've talked on where people have gotten mad at me because I've talked on that game in a negative way, and I'm like, okay, well, if I'm having an issue with the game and I'm not seeing nothing being done about it, what do you think I'm going to overall do? How do you think I'm going to react? And I guess, maybe I could be considered a hypocrite, because I guess how I look at it, it's like with a video game, the thing is this, with the video game, this is a product I'm going to have for a long period of time, so it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm paying money for this game, I expect the game to be good, especially if you want me to sit down and play it. But here's the thing, though. It's not like, I guess, like, if I'm comparing this to, let's say you get a bad meal at a restaurant, you can easily get your money back. Now, I guess if it's on some stuff where you eat up all the food and then you talking about, I didn't like it and I want my money back, I'm like, fam, you just got a free meal. Like that, I'm saying you had to have liked some parts of that meal. My thing is this, who eats a whole meal and then just be like, nah, I ain't like it? Nah, bruh. My thing is this, I guess, like, it's one of those things where it's like, if it makes me sick, throw up, like I'm having some sort of medical emergency eating, I'm like, by default, I need to get my money back, okay? But I've never had no issues like that. Now, if we're comparing that with video games, I've never had no issues like that. But there have been times where video games have left a bad taste in my mouth. So guess what I usually do when that happens? I get my money back. But if I know I can't get my money back, and the thing is this, because if I can get my money back, I'm not as critical with a video game as I am with the game where I'm like stuck with it forever, you know? So like, for an example, there's the racing game Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I'm stuck with that game forever. I spent over $90. It was the higher amount, so it was like $89.99 because I bought it on Xbox. I think on Steam it's cheaper, and I should have bought it on Steam, but I think it was still the same issue. It wasn't like there was anything different, but it is slightly cheaper on PC. But I will say that much with PC, that they don't really focus on. It's like a $10 difference, so yeah, it's not like it's the only reason. I think the only difference is from like PC and the next generation console is that I don't know why they do that, but like for the PC versions, they'll port over like an Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version instead of a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X or S version, and I don't get that with gaming. So, but the thing is this though, with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, it's not like it was just me that was talking badly about this game. The game currently, right now on Steam, let me go back to it. It currently has, with all the reviews, mostly negative. And then the recent reviews have been mixed because I think, they did come out with an update and they have changed up some things. But it's like, you're not listening to the fans, though. See, that's my issue when it comes down to a video game, is the developers not listening to the fans, all right? Now, with this particular video game that I'm going to be talking on, not Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, but this other video game called X4 Foundation. Hold on for a second. I need to exit out of Steam because there's a person that keeps going on online, and that's a friend of mine's too, and I feel kind of, I can't even, what's going on with Steam? Why can I not exit? Okay, there we go. All right, so that was weird, but anyways, but anyways, the game that I'm going to be talking on is a video game called X4 Foundation. Now, I had just talked on this game recently, and to explain to you guys what this game is, so it's a space simulator. They have you flying around different parts of the galaxy doing missions for people. You can mine, trade, do missions, shoot at other spaceships. Like, it's just this big giant like sandbox of a space simulator type game, right? So anyways, here's my history, backstory and all that, just the history that I have with space simulators. I'm familiar with space simulators. I ain't gonna say I've been playing space simulators my whole life, but I'm familiar with space simulator games, right? One game that I had to say that I played a lot of in particular, and it's a space simulator, is Spaceborne 2. Now, to me, I felt like that game was fun. They set the bar when it comes to space simulators. Is it the best space simulator in the world? No. But and the thing is this though, I will say that how can I put it in words? I guess for what the developer was, because it was one developer working on that game, and what all the things that he had to like work with to make that game, in my opinion, he deserves any trophy, accolade, achievement, whatever you want to call it, because one man developed that video game. So I think that's why I last read about the development for Spaceborne 2. Like, it was only one person that developed that game. So it just trips me out when I see games like that where he did good just for one person by himself, and that's the only game. Because I think the first one, I got it. You know what? I'm just gonna open up Steam on Google, because they don't have it where it's like notifications and stuff be happening on there. So let me open up Spaceborne 1. Yeah, let's so Spaceborne 1, $14.99, mostly positive. Game came out in 2018, same year as whatchamacallit, X4 Foundations. So my thing is this, right? The developer by himself managed to come out with two, not just one, two different open world space simulator games. Now, how I look at it is that when you have one person managing to do that, and yeah, the game, I will say with Spaceborne 2, it was buggy. I did get my money back at one point in time with that game, but the developer, I will say this much about it, that developer was updating that game day and night. He wasn't taking no days off. I think he was updating that game on the weekend. He was updating that game throughout the week. I mean, he did not take no days off. So I seen that, and I'm like, you know what? I see that this developer, he's actually working on this game. I'm going to give this game a chance. I wonder how many hours I put into that game. They don't say no, this is 1. Let me look up 2. I put 23.3 hours in Spaceborne 2, and that's just from like just streaming it, and yeah, just playing it on a regular basis and things. And so anyways, played a lot of it, enjoyed it, and at that time I was like, okay, you know what, I want to see what other space simulator games are out there, because if one developer did this, I can only imagine what a group of developers would do with a space game. So I remember I did at some point in time get this game called Elite Dangerous, played a little bit of that, and yeah, wasn't a fan. I didn't like the idea of exiting. So like let's say for an example, and this is something where I'm like, fam, the game ain't even online. To me, that just trips me out. I feel like even online games are a little bit more respectful of a person's personal life than Elite Dangerous. I don't know why because I was getting ready to call it something else, but I was like, no, hold on for a second, let me just make sure I get the name right. But anyways, I feel like that there's other games out there that are a little bit more respectful to a person's life than Elite Dangerous. I like with Spaceborne 2, you can pause that game, come back to it later. Elite Dangerous, you pause that game, you come back and try to do the mission that you left off on. They're like, nah, that mission had a timer, so therefore you failed the mission and you don't get no reward or nothing. Why would somebody want to play a game like that? And the thing is this, it's like, if I gotta go somewhere, like, okay, so yeah, let's say for an example, I'm playing Elite Dangerous, start the game up, go do a mission, halfway through, I'm trying to think of a situation. All right, my crush, she calls, texts, whatever, she calls me up, and she's all like, hey, I want you. Fam, I'm just saying, I probably wouldn't even have the time or chance to pause the game, because I'm like, nah, I'm running up out this house, probably with only one shoe on, and I'm gone. Okay, I'm gone. But the thing is this though, let's just say if I'm a normal-minded person, I pause the game and I'm like, okay, let me tend to, my future wife, because I'm like, yeah, it's like I would like to hope and think whoever that is, it's like, yeah, I plan on marrying this woman, But anyways, yeah, I'm like, let me tend to my future wife real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and play this game. I come back and play the game, and I can't play it. I'm trying to think. I can't remember what I did that day, but I think I did do something, all right? But no, it was like, okay, even if I didn't, it's like, all right, I'll just come back later on tonight. It's not like I'm going to stop playing the game. I'm going to play the game again. So to me, it's like, I ain't like the idea of like, oh, I got to sit down and play this game until I complete the mission. No, people got lives. People are busy with stuff. So that's why I was like, nah, bruh, gave up on Elite Dangerous, came across X4 Foundations, tried to give that game a chance, realized I wasn't really feeling it, and then recently I did get the game while it was on sale. I decided to give it another chance. I did this time around, and then I really got to see that game for what it really is. And it ain't no different than any other crappy game I done played this. Okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say a crappy game. It's a very vague and unexplained video game. And somebody outside of the individual that I'm going to be talking about here in a moment, but somebody else had commented on my video, because I did a video talking on X4 Foundations, and it was like a video I recorded before I uninstalled the game, but somebody was all like, oh, it sounds like you want the developers to hold your hand. No, I don't. I just want the developers to explain their game better. My thing is this, you put down anything in this world, okay? You put down any situation, scenario in this world, it's always going to come with deep and thorough investigating explanation. You want to be a cook. A chef isn't just going to look you in your face talking about cook this meal. Okay, what meal do you want me to cook? Oh, you got to cook this burger. Okay, well, what kind of burger? It's like, stop being vague, bro. Like, tell me what exactly I need to do. Just make a burger. I'm like, okay, well, it's like, I see that this conversation isn't really going nowhere, so I'm gonna go and become a firefighter, so I go and become a firefighter, and for the chief or whoever, it's all like, he says, go put out this fire. I'm like, okay, where's the fire at? Cross town. Okay, where across town? We got north, west, south, east. Like, what direction? That way. Like, fam, you didn't even point nowhere. You just said that way. I'm like, who are you, Migos? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna quit this job. I'm gonna move on to something else. Okay, let me see a job where, okay, yeah, let's say I want to be a professional wrestler. I'm sitting down talking with Triple H. He's like, oh, go out to the ring and fight this wrestler. Oh, you know what? No, that's a bad example because they've done stuff like that before. So I'm like, all right. So you know what? So he's all like, okay, fly to this state and wrestle. I'm like, okay, fam, do you realize we're in the United States? I don't think there's ever been a time where there's been a country with just like one state or whatever they call it in different countries. But I'm just saying, like, we do have 49 other states that we're in, that, we're surrounded by. I'm like, we might have like Alaska and Hawaii. They're a little bit far out and things, but I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, we got numerous states. Like, what state do I need to go to? Oh, this state. I'm like, bro, you're just like the last guy. You didn't even point to nothing. I'm like, fam, what do you know? I'm like, I'm quitting. I'm like, so quit being a WWE wrestler. So yeah, let's say I'm trying to think of some video game development. And I go and work for Microsoft. And they're like, develop this video game. I'm like, look, bro, I ain't going through this again. So you're gonna have to stop being vague. I've been through all these different jobs. Explain, okay? What video game? What genre? Who's the characters? Where are their names? Who's doing what and who's doing, like, I'm just saying, I'm trying to, like, just explain this better so I can, know where to, like, start off with. I'm like, okay, because it's like, my thing is this, and people will probably ask me, well, in them scenarios, in them situations, how would I go about explaining it to somebody, all right? So, because I'm like, yeah, there's way too many jobs. Maybe I shouldn't have had so many different examples, but let's just say with video game development, all right? So, I'm the lead director or developer or whatever and things, and the team looks at me and they're all like, okay, so what do you want us to develop? I'm like, all right, so we're going to develop a racing game. We're going to have 400 different vehicles in this racing game. All of them are going to be different. If we can't think of any vehicles, then let's just go down the line of the different models of those vehicles, still develop them and things, and then yeah, just put them in the game. So we want this game to take place in Washington State. So let's have like all just the major areas, mountains in the background, Space Needles, yeah, downtown Seattle, outside areas, other like, yeah, Tacoma, Everett, Olympia. Yeah, we just gonna have like all the major cities put together. We ain't gonna like copy it, down like just how it exactly looks. Let's just go like just fictional on what Washington would look like, but at the same time make it somewhat realistic. Have it where it rains a lot, have it where there's a lot of coffee shops, have it where it's like the downtown area. Cars don't really know how to drive, so that's gonna probably be a mission at some point in time where you might get into some accidents and things. What else? We're gonna make it into a street racing game. We're gonna have it where it's like when the cars, when they race during the day, there's gonna be a little bit of traffic, but when they race at night, there ain't gonna be no traffic. We're gonna have it where this individual, and they're just gonna list out a bunch of different characters. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be the main character, that's gonna be the villain, that's gonna be the main character's best friend, that's gonna be the villain's right hand man. So the story's gonna be where it's like they're both street racers just trying to make it to the top. I am going to explain it. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, develop this video game and just, yeah, whatever you guys come up with, then yeah, that's what we gonna sign off on. That's exactly how X4 Foundation, how they go about explaining stuff in their video game. So anyways, I talk about the game, I talk about it in a negative way. This guy sees this video, he leaves these comments, and I'm saying it ain't like no short comments. He's leaving these like paragraph sized comments underneath the video. I'm not gonna read all that. I read like maybe the first couple of sentences, and I was all like, that's it. That's all you getting from me. I might read it tomorrow, the rest of it, or later on, but I'm like, I ain't gonna be reading all of that. Alright, so anyways, then I started up a stream. Started up my stream, played Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown because I wanted to see what the new update was all about. So anyways, he comes to the stream. So he comments underneath, so he sees the video, comments underneath the video. Then he follows me on Twitter. He starts talking about how he wants to like help me out with the game. So I seen these tweets and I'm like, you know what? No, I know what I'm going to title my stream. So as soon as I started up my stream, let me see what I had titled it. So I said this streamer doesn't need any help or wants to buy art. I threw the wants to buy art just to throw that in there, just to, so he doesn't feel like he's just being pointed out. But just in case if he does hear this podcast episode, yes, I seen those tweets and I just wanted to make it as clear as possible. I should have just tweeted him, all right, just to eliminate the whole argument that took place in the stream. But yeah, I should have just tweeted him back and just say I don't need no help, bruh, none whatsoever. But nah, so anyways, joins the stream, and then yeah, he was all like, oh yeah, I left a comment talking about X4. So I just from the jump of the conversation of him saying that, I was like, hey, look, I uninstalled that game, don't care for playing it. I'm moving on with my life, left it at that. So anyway, so there was a race that I was doing in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown where I had a newer model Mustang, and then there was just, yeah, like a bunch of different cars that they had out there and stuff. So anyways, one of the cars that they had was a Mini Cooper. Now, realistically, a Mini Cooper ain't beating no Mustang in the race, all right? I'm saying if you get a old-fashioned Mustang and an old-fashioned Mini Cooper, that Mustang's gonna win. If you get a newer Mustang and a newer Mini Cooper, it's still gonna win. Now, if you swap out, and that's the thing with this guy, like he wanted to be as right as he possibly can be in this argument, because he was bringing up all these different things, and it's like, and I just pretty much would shut all of them down because. So, anyways, I'm playing the game Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I'm driving down this straightaway. So pay attention to that. So I'm driving down this straightaway road. The Mini Cooper just comes flying up on the side of me, passes me up, and I'm like, fam, realistically, ain't no Mini Cooper gonna be beating no Mustang in no race and stuff. Like, come on now. So that's where the argument started. He just was waiting for me to say something so he can debate with me and things. And I'm like, man, I should have just played something else, but I was like, I wanted to play Test Drive just to see what the update was all about and things. But anyways, so he goes and he's all like, oh, well, he was all like, if they hit you in a corner and things, like, yeah, they can beat you and stuff, or it's faster. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you must not know about cars, all right? Because let's just say they're not going to start a race with you in a corner, okay? They're going to start a race with you with two. So like, let's just lay out a scenario, all right? Let's just lay out a scenario. You can have a rolling start type race. You can have a race where both of you guys is starting off. And let me just look that up real quick. Mustang 0 to 60 time. 0-60, but here, so there's like the 2024 Ford Mustang EcoBoost, 0-60 in 4.9 seconds. Mini Cooper 0-60, 2022 0-60. Oh, so I guess like, yeah, it's like slightly faster and things. Because there was like 4.9 for the Mustang and then 4.6 for the Mini Cooper. But my thing is this though. And I think that has a lot to do. Well, no, all right, because I think Mini Coopers are front-wheel drive and Mustangs. I mean, but you can, like, switch them to where it's like it could be rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and all that stuff. So, but anyways, but as that time, yeah, it's like it might, like, start off slightly, where it's like, because it was like, well, it's like a 0.3 second difference, right? So the Mini Cooper will most likely be slightly in front of the Mustang. But as you go further down that road, that Mustang is going to beat that Mini Cooper because the Mustang has a more powerful engine, has more horsepower, a lot more faster. Yeah, the Mini Cooper, it might be a lighter car and stuff. And so he was saying that. He was like, oh, well, the Mini Cooper is a lot lighter. I'm like, yeah, but the cars are different. I'm like, one is a muscle car. The other one is a compact style. I think that's what they call those types of cars, like Mini Coopers. And it's a compact car. That's not a fair fight. And I said that to him. I was telling him that. And I even used the example where I said, that's like having a heavyweight go up against a lightweight. That's not gonna be a fair fight. I'm like, yeah, the lightweight boxer might, and so this I didn't say, I should have said it, but I was like, yeah, the lightweight boxer, they might be a little bit faster on their feet, but my thing is this, when that heavyweight connects, fight's over. I'm like, it's done and over with. So using this for the Mini Cooper and Mustang, I guess this debate and things, I'm like, it ain't even really a debate, because I'm like, ain't no Mustang and Mini Cooper racing. I'm like, not realistically, okay? Not stock, modified, none of that, all right? So anyways, but yeah, I was like, I was trying to explain it to him. He wasn't hearing none of that. And so I was like, okay, I can see that this ain't going nowhere. So I'm like, look, bruh, a Mini Cooper, it ain't beating no Mustang. Whether it's on a straight road, a corner, it ain't beating no Mustang, all right? Because that Mustang gains speed and it gets beyond that Mini Cooper. And he even went as far as to find a video. So he finds a video, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, maybe he might got me cornered. You know, like if we using boxing terminology, yeah, he possibly got me in the corner right now. The video he sends me is a 2000, it looked like it was a 2004 Mustang going up against a newer Mini Cooper. I'm like, fam, it don't matter what year that Mini Cooper is in. It's going to be fit, like I guess like 2000 and like, because it looked like, I don't even know what year it could have been and things, but it looked like it was definitely a newer Mini Cooper. And I'm thinking, unless them 2004 Mini Coopers, they don't look no different than the ones that they got now. If that's the case, I'm like, fam, that's mad confusing. But if not that, it's like, do you think that's okay? Going back to boxing terminology, if we're gonna talk on probably, you know what? I ain't even gonna use an example. Let's use an actual real fight that just recently happened: Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. All right. Yeah, Mike Tyson, he's that heavyweight muscle car. He's that 2004 Mustang. And hold on for a second. I wonder if I can still find that video and things. Dang it, I didn't want to exit out of Google Chrome. Hold on for a second, because I was like, I just want to see what year that Mini Cooper was. I don't even know if I had opened up the video and things, but let me see. Nope, I think I exited out of it. Dang, yeah, because they're showing stuff. Well, no, actually, wait a second. Let me see if no. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is it right here. I think this is it. Okay, so this was from 7 years ago. But yeah, you could clearly see that there's an old Mustang and a newer Mini Cooper. But do they say, like, in the description? They don't even say in the description, like, what year or model that Mini Cooper was. But it's clear as day it's a newer Mini Cooper and things. But anyways, 2004 Mustang, that's Mike Tyson. Newer Mini Cooper, that's Jake Paul. Did you see how, like, yeah, it's like, now if we're having it where it's a fair fight and it's a newer Mustang going up against a newer Mini Cooper, meaning, like, if we had prime Mike Tyson going up against prime Jake Paul, we already know how that's gonna go down. All right, so what makes it any different I guess when we're talking cars? So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's people in this world that just seek out a debate and they want to try it so hard to win that debate. And it's like, fam, if you're going to win this debate, at least know something about cars before you just win the debate. But just to explain my history on cars, I think it's you follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my gaming channel. I done played a lot of different racing games. If that don't mean nothing, my dad and my granddad, my dad's dad, they both was like, I have to say the reason why I have like such this like love for cars, it's because of them two men that they're in my grandfather, he's no longer here with us, may he rest in peace. But anyways, my dad, we still to this day talk about cars. All right, put us in front of a TV, I'm telling you, put us in front of a TV watching something like Motor Trends, I think, what's that one? It's like Driver and Driver, or Car and Driver, something like that. But it's like you put us in front of a car show, movie, TV show, whatever. I'm saying one of my favorite all-time favorite movies was Need for Speed. And I'm like, what was the main car that they were driving throughout that movie? A Ford Mustang. I'm trying to think. Let's just see the car list in that movie, because hold on, Need for Speed movie car list. What was all the different cars they had? Is this it? The complete Need for Speed. I think. They got like a whole. All right, so they had a 1966 Pontiac GTO, a 1969 Ford Grand Torino. That's what that car was. I thought that was a Ford the Mustang Mach-E. All right, I guess I was wrong on that. All right, anyways, 2013 Shelby GT 500. That was the Mustang they were driving all throughout the movie. Then a 2015 Ford Mustang GT, Celine S7, Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, McLaren P1, GTA Spano, Bugatti Veyron Supersport, Koenigsegg Agera Standard, Koenigsegg Agera R. Oh, they had two different Koenigsegg's in there? Huh. I did not know that. All right, but anyways, Koenigsegg Agera S. That was different too. Dang. I mean, I guess I can. Well, no, it looks the same. I thought they were. That's crazy. They straight up lied in that movie. I thought all of them Koenigsegg's were the same. But well, no, actually, no. They all have the. Oh no, wait a minute. The white Koenigsegg, it had like a lower speed and things, top speed, because that one did 260. The other two Koenigsegg's did 273. At one point in time, the fastest car in the world. But anyways, Ferrari 458 Italia. Oh, that was like the car that was recording the scenes and stuff. Okay. That was it. I feel like they had more cars than that. Like, nah, they definitely had more cars than that, I feel like, throughout the movie. I mean, I guess, like, yeah, they had to have had more cars. But I tell you what car they didn't have in that movie, a Mini Cooper. Mini Coopers ain't fast like that, bro. I highly doubt that guy is listening to this podcast episode. But yeah, Mini Coopers ain't fast like that. That's something where it's like, yeah, if it's modified, then yeah, sure. But if we're talking a stock Mini Cooper of any kind and a stock Mustang, it's yeah. And if like what I hold on for a second, let me just see. What is the fastest Mini Cooper? The fastest, the Mini John Cooper Works GP is the fastest Mini Cooper model. Engine, a turbo 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 301 horsepower and 331 pound to feet of torque. Acceleration 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. Top speed has a top speed of 164 miles per hour. Okay, what is the fastest Mustang car? So no, it's actually this Mustang that they've been talking about recently. So the 2025 Ford Mustang GTD, I swear, for my Martin fans out there. But anyways, I'm telling you, I gotta get that Mustang just because of that name. That's funny. All right, I love that. I love that so much. All right, no, I feel like I gotta have something Tommy related in the in that Mustang if I ever do get it. But I think they said that Mustang's expensive. But anyways, so they said the 2025 Mustang GTD is the fastest production Mustang with the top speed of 202 miles per hour. It has a supercharged 5.2 liter V8 engine that produces 815 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. The Mustang GTD also features a drag reduction system that can change the angle of the rear wing and activate flaps under the front of the car. Fam, when did a Mini Cooper ever do some stuff like that? Yeah, if you modify it, it does some stuff like that. But when has a Mini Cooper ever even did some stuff like that? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, my thing is this. If you're going to argue with me about stuff, argue about stuff that I don't know about, you know? But it's like, don't get upset because it's like, okay, you realize you ain't getting nowhere with... Because, look, when people be trying to, like, argue with me and debate with me about stuff, especially with stuff that I know, I'm like, look, if you want to think that you're right, you can go right ahead and think that you're right. I am not going to get involved anymore. You go on about your business, I'm gonna go on about my business. And I tried numerous times to tell him, I'm like, fam, just let it go. It's like the debate's over. Just let it go. I'm like, cause you ain't getting nowhere with me, all right? And then he was like, I should have known by the X4 video you were dense and all this other. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna read all that. Yeah, he left like some other paragraph long message. I'm like, man, I ain't reading all that. Go on about your business. Get banned, all right? So, but anyways, yeah, it's just things like that where it's like, people, if you're gonna debate me about stuff that I don't know about, okay? But if you're gonna debate me about things that I know about, like cars, like wrestling, I'm trying to think of some other stuff out there, sneakers, where there's some other things I can think of, you know, maybe some video games. Yeah, I'm like racing games, nah. I'm like shooter games, maybe, depending on the shooter game. What are some other things out there? Yeah, it's like it's just stuff like that where it's like, please, bro, don't. The thing is this, like, whatever it is that I do get into, I try to learn about it as much as I possibly can. I choose to just go out and learn. I don't. The thing is this, and it's just stuff that I like. I guess like I go about just like finding out about it either through friends, family, and yeah, at times I find out about stuff through the internet. I guess if I just want to do a little bit more research and stuff, but yeah, I'm one of them like old-fashioned people. It's like I like learning about things. I don't go to Google and jump to the or YouTube and jump to the first video that I see where it's like it's just some and I should watch that video where it's showing that Mustang and the Mini Cooper and things just to see if the Mini Cooper won. And if it did, it did. But if it didn't, to me, that just would be really funny if that 2004 Mustang beat that newer version of the Mini Cooper or a newer model. But it was like they said that video was recorded some years ago, so I don't think it was a newer model like a model of this year. But yeah, it's just something where I'm like, man, come on now. It's like debate me about something. Yeah, maybe if it was some X4 stuff, then okay. But I'm like, you're debating me about cars. I'm like, because I guess I didn't want to engage in a conversation with X4, and I'm like, yeah, that to me, it's like, it's stuff like that that's just sad, because I'm like, fam, please, go get a life. If anything, stop trying to debate people on the internet about stuff that you're a fan of. Go get a life, alright? Them developers behind X4 don't care nothing about you joining my stream and defending them, okay? They still got your money, and you can't. The funny thing is, it's like, eventually, at some point in time, that guy's gonna stop playing X4 or any other X games, and I guess if they maybe come out with some new ones, he's probably at some point in time, he's just gonna just stop playing video games altogether. But he's gonna sit down and he's gonna remember the day where he joined my stream, got so butthurt about me not wanting to debate with them, and then badmouth an X4. He's gonna realize that it's like, I wasted my time that day for no reason. I could have been doing something productive with my life, but instead I wanted to sit around and argue with some random streamer about Mustangs and Mini Coopers because he offended me with my favorite video game. It's like, man, get out of here with that. All right, so, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe viewing this on the podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.